The combined gas law is usually described by students as one of the most challenging things in Regents chemistry. In this video, I will show you how to handle 6 variables, explain what STP means, and show you how and why you need to convert to Kelvin. The following Chemistry Regents exam question deals with the combined gas law, the formula for which can be found on Table T of the Chemistry Reference Tables. Here are some of the clues in the question that should jump out at you if you were to read it on an exam that lets you know to use the combined gas law. Altogether, there are 6 variables because the pressure, volume, and temperature all change from initial or starting values represented by the 1s to final or ending values represented by the 2s. Here is how to handle the 6 variables, especially if you don't like dealing with fractions. Cross multiply so that P1 times V1 times T2 equals P2 times V2 times T1, and realize that these two formulas are mathematically equivalent to each other. If we start plugging in numbers from the question into the formula, we see that 2 liters represents the initial volume since volume is measured in liters. And since the gas is at STP, which stands for standard temperature and pressure, we'll turn to Table A of the Chemistry Reference Tables, which list the values for standard pressure and standard temperature. So, for the initial pressure, P1, we'll use the standard pressure of 101.3 kPa since the question uses kilopascals. If the question mentioned atmospheres, then we would have used 1 atm for standard pressure instead, but they don't, so we'll leave it the way it is. Next comes standard temperature, which will represent the initial temperature since the gas is still at STP. So, which standard temperature are we going to use in place of T1? If we use the 0 degrees Celsius in our calculation, multiplying by 0 will give you 0 as the answer, which would be incorrect. Therefore, we're going to use the 273 Kelvin for standard temperature, despite the fact that the question uses degrees Celsius, but we'll deal with that momentarily. Continuing on with the question, what is the volume means we'll need to solve for V2, or the final volume, which we do by moving everything found on the same side as the V2 to the bottom of the other side. Now for T2, it says the temperature was increased to 30 degrees Celsius. However, if you recall, we used 273 Kelvin for T1, so we'll need to convert T2 into Kelvin as well by adding 273 to the Celsius temperature like it says to do in the formula found on Table T of the Chemistry Reference Tables, making T2 equal to 303 Kelvin. So a good rule of thumb when doing gas law calculations is to convert to Kelvin first and always. And finally, the pressure is decreased to 90 kilopascals, substituting that in for P2. To continue solving for V2, you would multiply all of the numbers in the numerator and get this, and then multiply all of the numbers in the denominator to get this, and then divide so that V2 equals this, or expressed to the correct number of significant figures, choice 1. If you found this video helpful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or by leaving your comments in the comment section below this video. For additional practice, here are 3 more questions you can try on your own. Once you are done, click the link below to check your answers. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when my next video gets released.